Quiz show for BBC Two. It's Perfection with Nick Knowles.
Welcome to the quiz show that demands nothing less than perfection. Behind the screen are 4 contestants who'll be hoping their knowledge is flawless, because one single mistake could give the game away. This is Perfection. Welcome to the quiz show where only perfect play is good enough. Behind me are the contestants. We call them the usual suspects. They're in our isolation room. In a moment, one of them will be randomly selected to join me here to play Perfection. They'll then face a series of true or false statements. For example, if I said Steve Redgrave won his first Olympic gold in 1984, would you say that's true or false? Well, if you'd said true, I can tell you you'd be right. Answering true or false might seem easy, but if the contestant gets a single answer wrong, their opponents, the usual suspects, will be allowed into the game to capitalise on their mistakes. So, you know how the game works. Let's meet the usual suspects.
Hi, I'm Mike from Ashford, Middlesex, and I am a fitness trainer.
Hi, I'm Jim. I'm from Cumbraen in South Wales, and I'm a manager in the NHS.
Hi, I'm Lizzy. I'm from Cornwall and I'm an optometry student.
Hi, I'm Claudine. I'm from Radlett in Hertfordshire and I'm a mum to twins Joanna and Jack.
Hello and welcome to you all, and best of luck as we now find out which one of you will be randomly picked to play Perfection. Lizzy, you've been chosen. Please come and play Perfection. Lizzy, welcome to the show. Are you nervous?
I am a bit, actually, being the first one out.
Lizzy, it's now you versus the usual suspects. For a brief time, they were your teammates. Now they're your enemies. Their job is to stop you from winning the prize fund, because your failure will mean the prize money rolls over to the next game, where one of them could be sitting here playing for a bigger total. And you don't want that, do you?
No, I'd rather not. I'd like the money, please.
Every game on Perfection is worth £1,000. This is our very first game in the series, so you've guessed it. Your prize fund is £1,000. If you did well, what would you spend the money on?
Well, I'd actually like to go to Australia, New Zealand, Thailand.
Well, New Zealand is all those sort of bungee jumping and things like that.
Yes, I'd love to do that sort
Would
of
you
thing.
really? You'd like to have a go at that?
Yeah, I think I would, to, you know, do something memorable if I went there.
Good luck, and we hope you win some money. Here's how the game works. You'll play 3 rounds and then a final. Every round that you achieve perfection will make the final easier for you. However, if your performance is anything less than perfect, the usual suspects will have the chance to step in and steal the round, making the final much harder. More of that to follow later. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now, so you can't see or hear anything. Speak to you soon.
Bye.
And away they go. Lizzy, you can now talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge, OK?
OK.
OK, each round consists of 4 true or false statements. You'll be answering against the clock. You'll only have 45 seconds, and once you've given your answers, they'll be locked in. First answer, yes?
Yes.
You ready?
I think so.
Good, let's play Perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds starts now. Reese Witherspoon plays Barbie in Toy Story 3. True or false?
Oh, I think that's true, maybe. True.
True. Paolo Nutini is a Scottish-born singer.
True.
True. There are over 200 prisons in England. What do you think?
I think that's false, Nick.
False. And finally, Lake Erie is the largest of the USA's Great Lakes.
I think that that's false.
False. And with plenty of time on the clock, you've answered all 4 statements. How did that go? You seem very confident.
Well, it seemed OK. I'm not completely sure on any of the answers. I think that Barbie does sound like Reese Witherspoon in Toy Story 3, but I'm not sure.
You've seen it?
I have seen it.
OK, before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. And don't forget, they'll now be able to hear what you say. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Lizzy's answers. Mike, how's she done?
I can see one there that she's definitely got wrong.
Which one?
I think the first one.
Interesting. OK, well, Lizzy, the moment of truth, you need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. Lizzy, unfortunately, you didn't manage perfection. You've now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Lizzy's answers. You need to change just one of them. I have a feeling I know where you're going to go with it.
I do think it's A as well,
Yes.
about Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's it.
OK, Nick, then we are all in agreement. We would like to change A, Reese Witherspoon. We believe the answer is false.
So you're changing A from true to false and leaving B, C and D as Lizzy answered them.
Yes, please.
Usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. Reese Witherspoon plays Barbie in Toy Story 3. Is that true or false? It is false. Well done, usual suspects. Jodie Benson plays the role of Barbie. Let's press on. Paolo Nutini is a Scottish-born singer. True or false? It's true. There are over 200 prisons in England. True or false? It's false. There are around 130 in England and Wales. And finally, well, you know how this is going anyway, Lake Erie is the largest of the USA's Great Lakes. Is that true or false? It is, of course, false. Lake Superior was the largest. Congratulations, usual suspects. You've achieved perfection. So, Lizzy, they managed to succeed where you failed and they've stolen the round. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Lizzy's chances of winning the prize fund much harder in the final. Here's how. Lizzy, this is your final board. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Behind each category will be a true or false statement. And you'll need to answer all 6 correctly to win the prize fund. So you need perfect play. Here are your final round categories. Let's take a look at them. They range through word origins, the internet, UK roads, etc., etc. Now, if you'd won that round, you would have had the opportunity of adding 2 categories of your choice to the board. But because the usual suspects stole the round from you, they get to choose the 2 categories, hoping to make the final harder for you to win. Usual suspects, which 2 would you like Lizzy to play in the final?
Has anyone got a preference?
I think football.
Yes, I agree,
football.
Mike. I think football, yes.
Football.
OK, Nick, we will definitely go for football as our
Football
first
moves
one,
across
please.
into the final, and
Breakfast TV.
Breakfast, but she's a student. She probably watches television.
No, but she would have been doing drinking and she would...
OK, well, we're about your superior knowledge,
Is that
Mike.
okay?
Yeah.
Nick, we would like to go for Breakfast TV, please.
And Breakfast TV goes across to make the second of the 6 categories. Well done, usual suspects. You've won the first round. It's time to switch you off. We'll see you in round 2. And away they go. Lizzy, with the usual suspects gone, what do you reckon on those first 2? Are you a big football fan?
I'm not.
Breakfast TV?
Yeah, I think that one might be OK. You know?
OK. Well, Lizzy, it's only the first round. You still have 2 more rounds to find perfection and choose your own categories for the final. Are you ready to play the next round?
Yes, I am, Nick.
Let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. The Daily Mail is the UK's best-selling daily newspaper.
I'm going to say that's true.
True. Basil is a traditional ingredient in pesto.
True.
True. Playwright Samuel Beckett played first-class cricket. True or false?
I'm going to go with true on that one.
True. And mariachi is a style of music originating in Cuba. What do you think?
I'm going to say false. I really don't know. I'll go with false, please.
False. Thank you. And again, with plenty of time left to make your choices, you've answered all 4 statements. You seemed a little less sure on that one.
Yeah, the D, to be honest, I really don't know, so I took a guess.
OK. Well, before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Lizzy's answers. Jim, how's she done this time?
She's done very well, but there's definitely one, the Daily Mail one, which I would change to false.
Interesting. OK, Lizzy, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got right. Lizzy, once again, you failed to achieve perfection. You've now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal this round? You can see Lizzy's answers. You need to change just one of them. What do you want to change?
We're all in agreement. We'd like to change Daily Mail, please, to false.
OK, we're changing A from true to false, thus leaving B, C and D exactly as Lizzy originally put them. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are and whether you've managed to steal the round. The Daily Mail is the UK's best-selling daily paper. This is the one you chose to change. Is that true or false? It is false.
Well done, guys.
The Sun is actually the best-selling daily newspaper in this country. So, You have a pretty good idea where the rest of this is going as well, don't you? Basil is a traditional ingredient in pesto, true or false? It is, of course, true. Playwright Samuel Beckett played first-class cricket. Is that true or false? It is true. And mariachi is a style of music originating in Cuba. It's false. Mexico, in actual fact, is where they originate from, Mexico. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Oh dear, Lizzy, the usual suspects have stolen the round again.
Yes,
usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Lizzy's chances of winning the prize fund of £1,000 even harder. Let's see the final board. Currently, it has two subjects on there already chosen by you, football and breakfast TV. Because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose the next two categories to add to the board. Which two do you want her to play?
Things that jump out at me.
Yeah.
UK roads, and I don't know how she travels.
I go with that.
OK, well, Nick, we're going to go for UK roads, please, as our third.
UK roads wings its way across to become the third subject in the final.
Guys, what do you think for our fourth topic?
British cities.
Yeah, that's what I would
British cities?
Yeah, British cities,
We're going to go with British cities, Nick, please.
Lovely, thank you very much. British cities becomes the fourth category going into the final. Congratulations, usual suspects. You're doing brilliantly so far. It's time to switch you off and we'll see you in round 3. Lizzy, with the usual suspects gone, it's not going very well for you so far, is it?
No, they're doing really well, though.
You still have one more chance to find perfection and choose your own categories for the final, which, of course, would be really important. It's nice to get two of your own choices in there, wouldn't it?
It would be good.
You ready to play the next round?
Yes, I am.
Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. Francis Drake was born in Scotland. True or false?
I'm going to go with false.
False. Ronnie Corbett is 4 feet 9 inches tall.
Oh, I know that he's quite short. I'm going to go with... false, because that is quite short.
False. A solstice occurs 4 times a year. Is that true or false?
I think it's twice, so I'm going to say false.
False. And finally, Colleen is an Irish word for a girl.
I'll say true.
True. And with a little time left, you were starting to worry me, but you came in inside the time comfortably in the end. Lizzy, you've answered all 4 statements.
Yeah.
A lot of umming and ahhing during that round.
Yeah, I'm afraid I don't think that was probably a great round, to be honest.
You don't think you've achieved perfection in that one?
No, I don't think I have.
Well, before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Lizzy's answers. Mike, has she achieved perfection?
No.
OK, where's she missed out?
I think probably on D.
You think D is a mistake?
Yes, I do.
Well, it's interesting. Let's find out, shall we? Lizzy, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Congratulations, Lizzy. Despite your own disbelief, you've achieved perfection. Let's have a look at those answers in a bit more detail. Francis Drake was born in Scotland. True or false? It was, of course, false. He was born in Devon.
Exactly, I'm from Cornwall, so I had a
pretty
feeling
good
it made
idea that's where he came from, yeah. Ronnie Corbett is 4 feet 9 inches tall. Is that true or false? Well, of course, we now know that it's false. He's 5'1". He's positively statuesque. He's huge. A solstice occurs 4 times a year. You said that was false. It is, of course, false. How many times did you say?
I thought it might have been twice, but I'm not sure. Winter and
Absolutely,
summer.
bang on. It is actually twice. And Colleen is an Irish word for a girl. We now know to be absolutely true. So, congratulations, well done. Lizzy, as a result of that perfect performance, you've made winning the prize fund a little bit easier. Let's have a look at your final board. There are 4 subject categories already chosen. They are football, breakfast TV, UK roads and British cities, chosen by the usual suspects. Because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose the last 2 categories to add to that board. Which 2 would you like to play in the final?
I would like 2010 films, please.
2010 films.
And literature, please.
Literature. OK, so we now know our 6 final categories. They are football, breakfast TV, UK roads, British cities, 2010 films and literature. It's time to switch off the usual suspects for the last time. See you soon.
Bye.
And away they go. Lizzy, for £1,000, it's time to play the final. Lizzy, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £1,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which, of course, is great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £2,000 on the next game, and you don't want that to happen, do you?
No.
Let's play the final round. Here are your 6 final categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £1,000. Think carefully. There's no time limit, but once you've given an answer, it's going to be locked in.
OK.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
OK, let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Football. France beat Italy in the 2006 World Cup final.
Oh, this is really difficult. It's the first question and I don't have a clue. I would like to say... Italy, France... I'm going to just say... Oh, it's really hard. False.
False.
Yes.
Thank you. Breakfast TV. Breakfast TV began in Britain in the 1980s.
Oh, once again, I wouldn't know this one.
What year were you born?
91. So this is going to have to be another guess. I'm going to say false on that one as well, but once again, I don't know.
False. UK roads. Speed cameras were introduced in the 1970s.
OK, I think I might have heard something about this before, because I think I remember thinking that that was crazy that they weren't there before. So I'm going to go with true for that one.
True. British cities. Granite City is a nickname for Aberdeen.
OK. Once again, I don't know this one either. That's the disadvantage of not picking your own categories. I'm going to go with false.
False.
Yes. 2010
films, the first of your own categories. The film Inception is set in the 19th century.
I know that that one's false. I have seen that, and it's set in the present day, so...
False.
Yeah.
And finally, your last category and the second one that you chose for yourself, literature. Don Quixote is a character created by Cervantes.
Oh, this is going to have to be another guess. I'm going to say... True.
You're saying true?
Yes.
Thank you. Lizzy, those answers are now locked in. Remember, if there's one single mistake, you leave with nothing.
Yeah.
Well, let's bring back the usual suspects to see what they've got to say. Usual suspects. You can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Lizzy's answers. Lizzy, your answers are locked in and you can't change them by yourself. But if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock the board with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Usual suspects, I'm now going to ask you to tell me how well you think Lizzy's done, if you want to help her, and if you do, how much it will cost. Remember, all of you, you can't refer to any of the statements specifically. Lizzy, who would you like to hear from first?
Jim, what do you think?
I'm sorry, Lizzy, you haven't got perfection, and I'm not willing to come down. I want to stay here a bit and see if the prize fund gets a bit higher.
Well, it's very honest and straightforward, but no offer of help.
Thank you for that, Jim. Claudine?
I do believe there are 2 that you probably have incorrect, but I'm not 100% sure of myself, so I'm sorry, I'm not going to come down and help you.
OK, sorry. That's all right. Mike, what do you think?
Well, I think that you've got a couple wrong.
Right,
but
OK.
Like Jim, I'm going to be greedy and I'm going to wait for the rollover to boost the pot. So I wish you all the best, Lizzy, and but I choose to stay here. Thank you.
Okay.
I think the expression meant I wish you all the best, but hope you lose so that I can have the rollover.
Yeah, Mike's being pretty cheeky this game, actually.
Just to be absolutely clear, are any of you prepared to come down for any amount of cash?
No.
No. Sorry, Lizzy.
No, sorry, Lizzy.
Thank
OK,
you.
Lizzy. None of our usual suspects are willing to help, so you're on your own. £1,000 at stake, 6 answers away. So let's find out if you've achieved perfection. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. France beat Italy in the 2006 World Cup final. You said false, so we could do with this turning red. Is it true or false? It's false. Congratulations. Italy actually beat France on penalties, so there you go.
That's exactly what I thought, actually.
Either way, guessing doesn't necessarily mean you've guessed wrong, so that's a really good start. Breakfast TV began in Britain in the 1980s. You said false. We need this to turn red. If it turns green, you're going home with nothing. Is that true or false?
Oh.
It's true. Lizzy, I'm afraid you haven't won the cash. You failed to achieve perfection. I wonder whether you've achieved perfection at home. Let's find out, shall we? Speed cameras were introduced in the 1970s. For someone who was born in 1991, that's a tough question. You said true. It's false, I'm afraid. In the 90s they were introduced, believe it or not.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
OK.
Granite City is a nickname for Aberdeen. You said false. It's true, I'm afraid. The film Inception is set in the 19th century. You were absolutely convinced that this was false. It was the one that you knew. Is it true or false? We'd like this to turn red. It is false. Congratulations, well done. Not quite set in the modern day, set actually in the near future, but nonetheless, you got that one right. Don Quixote is a character created by Cervantes. You said true. It is true.
Too bad.
Usual suspects, that's really good news for you. The prize fund rolls over to the next game, which I think is what you're all banking on, really, where you could be playing for a total of £2,000. Lizzy, you failed to achieve perfection, which means you go home with nothing. Thank you very much for playing. You enjoyed yourself, though?
Yes, I've had a brilliant day.
Thank you very much for coming along. Lizzy, everybody. It's now time to meet the next usual suspect, hoping to play perfection today. New usual suspect, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Scarlet. I'm from London and I'm an HR assistant.
Welcome, Scarlet. Best of luck to all of you as we now find out which one of you will be randomly picked to play perfection. It is Scarlet. You have been chosen. Please come and play perfection. Scarlet, welcome to the game. Excited, or would you like to have sat up there for a little while and played along?
I honestly did want to sit there for a bit, but, you know...
It's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates for a very short time, but they're now your enemies.
Yeah.
Remember, their job is to stop you from winning the prize fund. If that happens, the money rolls over to the next game, where one of them could be playing for a bigger total. Here's the good news. Nobody won the last game. The prize fund currently stands at £2,000. That'd be nice. What would you like to spend it on if you won the 2,000?
But I've always wanted to go to South Africa and go cage diving with great white sharks.
Really?
Yeah.
I've watched Jaws. I know what happens to people in cages when they get with the sharks. OK, Scarlet, let me remind you how the game works. You'll play 3 rounds and then a final. Every round that you achieve perfection will make the final easier for you. However, if your performance is anything less than perfect, the usual suspects here will have the chance to step in and steal the round, making the final that much harder for you. It's time to switch off the usual suspects.
Bye.
See you later. And away they go. Scarlet, you can now talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge, OK?
Yeah.
Let's play perfection. Your 45 seconds starts now. The comic Al Murray studied history at Oxford. True or false?
I honestly don't know. I'm going to say true.
True. The Great Wall of China is over 1,000 miles long.
I'm pretty sure that's true. I'm sure it's longer than that.
True. Michael Palin has appeared in Home and Away. True or false?
I don't know. I don't really watch Home and Away. I'm more a EastEnders person. I'll say true.
True. And finally, Tony Blair and Gordon Brown co-own a Spanish villa.
False. I don't reckon.
False?
Yeah, false.
False, thank you very much. You made good use of your time. You had a little left, but you answered all 4 statements within the allotted time.
Yep.
Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. And don't forget, they'll now be able to hear you. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Scarlet's answers. Claudine, how's you done?
Well, I think there is at least one I think could be wrong.
Which one?
I think it could be Al Murray. I can't work out which one it is, whether he studied history but at another university or he studied at Oxford but another subject.
Interesting. OK, Scarlet, the moment of truth, you need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. Congratulations, Scarlet. It doesn't get any better than that. You started with perfection. Let's have a look at those answers. Of course, we know how this is going to go. The comic Al Murray studied history at Oxford. True or false? It's true, you know, Claudine. The Great Wall of China is over 1,000 miles long. You said true, and it is true. Michael Palin has appeared in Home and Away. True or false? You said true. It is true. You're absolutely right. Interestingly, Michael Palin played an English surfer with a fear of sharks, which actually ties up with what you want to do with the money, interestingly enough. Tony Blair and Gordon Brown co-own a Spanish villa. True or false? There is no evidence to suggest that they actually co-bought a Spanish villa. Scarlet, as a result of that perfect performance, you've made winning the prize fund a lot easier. Here's how. This is your final board. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled in with subject categories. They range through chess, Formula 1, wine, words, etc., etc. Because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose 2 categories to add to the board. Which 2 would you like to play in the final?
Can I have singing stars?
Singing
please?
stars go across, and?
Maybe charities?
Charities goes across to make the second of your final categories. Usual suspects. We'll see you in the next round where maybe you'll do a little better. Maybe not.
Hopefully.
In the meantime, I'm going to switch you off. Cheerio.
Bye.
And away they go. Scarlet. Now the usual suspects have gone. What a blistering round that was.
Yeah, it surprised me.
Really good. All right, well, Scarlet, you've made a great start to the game. Are you ready to go on?
Yes.
OK, let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. Joe Strummer was lead singer of The Clash. True or false?
I have no idea. I'm going to go for true.
True.
I don't know.
A cassowary is a flightless bird. True or false?
I'm going to say false. I think it is a bird, but I'm going to say false.
False. Bjorn Borg won Strictly Come Dancing on Swedish TV. What do you reckon?
False. I don't know if there is a Strictly Come Dancing that's Swedish, so I'm going to say false.
False. Anne Widdecombe has been nicknamed Doris Karloff.
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to say false. True, true. Final answer, true.
Final answer,
Yeah.
true. Now, the rules are of the game that we have to take your first answer. What you actually said was false, true, final answer, true.
Yeah.
So false was the first answer you came out with, and so therefore we have to change D to false. How do you think it went?
I feel like the time really makes me panic, so I don't
There's a lot of stress up here when you're in the spotlight, isn't it?
Now looking at them, I honestly don't know.
OK,
Yeah.
well, before we reveal how well you've done, it's time to bring back the usual suspects. Usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Scarlet's answers. Mike, what do you think? Has she achieved perfection?
No, she's definitely got one wrong. I know that for a fact.
Which one?
D.
Interesting. OK, Scarlet, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. Just 2 of the 4. Scarlet, you have failed to achieve perfection. You've now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal this round? You didn't get a chance last time round. You can see Scarlet's answers. You need to change 2 of them, but which 2?
Well, Mike, you said you knew one was definitely wrong. Which one is
It's
that?
definitely D.
Definitely D, so you think that's true?
I know that's right.
OK, Nick, because Mike is convinced we're going to change D, please, to true.
Change D from false to true, thank you.
And yeah, B, I think that could be true. A cassowary is a flightless bird.
I'd go with B as well.
You think
Yeah,
so?
yeah.
OK, well, in that case...
Yeah.
OK, well, we all agree. We're going to go with B, please. We'd like to change that to true. Thanks,
Lovely,
Nick.
changing B from false to true, which leaves A and C as Scarlet originally said. Usual suspect. Let's find out what the correct answers are. Joe Strummer was lead singer of The Clash. Is that true or false? It is true. Good start. A cassowary is a flightless bird. Claudine, you thought this might be true. You've changed to true. Yes. It is true. Yes. Bjorn Borg won Strictly Come Dancing on Swedish TV. You want this to turn red? It has turned red. It is false. Congratulations. He's never taken part in Strictly Come Dancing. So we know how this is going. Anne Widdecombe has been nicknamed Doris Karloff. Is that true or false? It is true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You've achieved perfection. dear, Scarlet. Usual suspects have succeeded where you failed. They've stolen the round. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Scarlet's chances of winning the prize fund of £2,000 that little bit harder. Let's see the final board, shall we? 2 subjects already on there, chosen by Scarlet, singing stars and charities. Because you won the round, Usual Suspects, you've earned the right to choose the next 2 categories to add to the board. Which 2 do you fancy?
Guys, well, what do we think? I mean, I don't know what... Formula One?
Formula One.
You don't think she's a sporty girl?
I couldn't see Scarlet sitting through 2 hours every 3 weeks.
OK, in that case, we were going to go with Formula One, please, Nick, as
Formula
our first
One
choice.
moves across into the final. Thank you.
What about chess? Do you think she... Is it...
I think chess is quite straightforward, isn't it?
Do you think?
Yeah.
The other one I'd go for was space, really.
Yeah, I don't think she'd have much interest in space.
Space. OK, well, no, we're going to go for space, please, Nick.
Space, thank you very much. Space becomes the 4th of the final categories. Congratulations, Usual Suspects. You've won the second round. You've done very well there. It's time to switch you off and we'll see you in round 3.
Bye.
Bye.
And away they go. Scarlet, with the Usual Suspects gone, what do you think of their choices? Formula One? Do you watch much Formula One?
A tiny bit. I'm just so glad they didn't choose chess and marathons.
Chess and marathons.
I don't even know how to play chess.
Right. So, are you ready to play the next round?
Yes.
1 to you, 1 to them. You going to win the 3rd one?
Oh, I hope so.
Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. The film certificate U stands for unrestricted. True or false?
True.
True. Nova Scotia is a province of Canada.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm going to say false.
False. In polo, a chukker lasts 30 minutes.
No idea. I'm going to say true.
True. And with time to spare, Samantha Cameron has a dolphin tattoo on her ankle. True or false?
I'm not too sure who that is. I think I know, so I'm going to say true.
True. Thank you very much. And you had a little time to spare there, but you've answered all 4 statements. What do you think?
I think I've just been really stupid.
Why do you think that?
Samantha Cameron, isn't she the Prime Minister's wife?
There you go, you see.
I wasn't thinking of her, though.
Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time to bring back the Usual Suspects. So, Usual Suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Scarlett's answers. Jim, what do you think? Has she achieved perfection?
No. There's one definitely wrong. I change B. Nova Scotia is a province of Canada.
Mike?
I would change A. That is false.
I think you've got a couple wrong. Scarlett, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct.
Oh, that's not good.
Just the one. No, it's fair to say that's not good. Scarlett, you haven't achieved perfection. You're a long way short of it there, I'm afraid. You've now let your enemies, the Usual Suspects, into the game. Usual Suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Scarlett's answers. You need to change 3 of them.
A is definitely wrong.
Hey, what do you think U stands for?
Universal.
Absolutely, yes. Great one. OK, thanks, Mike. So, Nick, our first one, please, can we change A to be false, please?
Yes, A changes from true to false.
Thank you.
And the next one?
B is definitely wrong.
Absolutely. We know that for a fact. So, B, please change to true.
B changes from false to true. You need one more change.
A chukker in polo, it is 30 minutes. There's a thing there ringing in my mind.
OK, well, as you've got a bit of background...
Go for D.
Thank you. OK, Nick, we're going to go for D, please. We're going to go for false for about Samantha Cameron having a tattoo on her ankle.
Thank you. D changes from true to false, leaving C true, as Scarlett first said. Usual Suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. The film certificate U stands for unrestricted. Is that true or false? It's false, as you said.
Well done.
Yeah, well done.
And Mike, it does stand for universal. Well done. Nova Scotia is a province of Canada. You are absolutely convinced this is true. You need it to turn green. Is it true or false?
Yes.
It's true. You're absolutely right. Halfway there. In polo, a chukker lasts 30 minutes. Jim, you were fairly convinced that was true. You decided to stick with true. Is it true or false? It's false. It only lasts 7 minutes.
Wow.
So you have failed to achieve perfection, Usual Suspects. I wonder whether you've achieved perfection at home. Let's find out, shall we? Samantha Cameron has a dolphin tattoo on her ankle. It's true. It's absolutely true. So, usual suspects, had you achieved perfection, you would now have the opportunity to make Scarlett's chances of winning the prize fund that much harder. But let's have a look at the final board. Here are the 6 categories. 2 spaces left. The first 4, 2 by the usual suspects, 2 by Scarlett herself. Nobody managed to win round 3, meaning we have 2 categories still to be filled. Those blank spaces, you will take it in turn to choose a category. So, Scarlett, as the single player, you get to choose first. Which category would you like to add?
Can I have words, please?
Words, absolutely. Words moves across and becomes the 5th of the 6 categories. Usual suspects, you get to choose a category now. What do you think will trouble Scarlett?
Steve McQueen movies about 30, 40 years ago. I can't imagine Scarlett.
That's a very good point, actually.
Putting on a Steve McQueen movie.
I think a great argument there, Mike.
We'll go with you.
Thank you.
OK, Nick, we're going to go with Mike's knowledge there, and we're going to go for Steve McQueen, please.
OK, Steve McQueen becomes the 6th category in the final. We now know our 6 final categories. They are singing stars, charities, Formula 1, space, words, and Steve McQueen. Usual suspects, time to switch you off for the final time. Cheerio.
Bye.
And away they go. What do you make of the one that they chose for you, Steve McQueen? Do you know who it is?
I don't know, no, I don't think so.
All right, well, look, Scarlett, for £2,000, it's time to play the final. Scarlett, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you'll be leaving the prize fund of £2,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which is great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £3,000 on the next game. You don't want that to happen, do you?
No.
You ready?
Not at all. Yes, I'm ready.
OK, then let's play the final round. Scarlett, here are your 6 final categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £2,000. Think carefully, there's no time limit.
OK.
But once you've given an answer, it's locked in.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
OK, let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Singing stars. Carmen Miranda was an Italian opera singer.
Not the kind of singing stars I was expecting. I don't actually know. I did study music at school, but it honestly doesn't ring a bell. I'm going to say false.
False, thank you. Charities. There are over 100,000 charities in the UK. Is that true or false?
I'm going to say true, because there is an awful lot. So,
True.
Yeah, true.
Formula 1. Mark Webber is an Australian Formula 1 driver.
This is probably a really simple question for people that know Formula 1. I'm going to say true.
True. Space. Only Americans have walked on the moon. Is that true or false?
I'm going to say false.
False.
Yeah.
Words. A sorority is an organisation composed of women.
Yeah, that does... I think I've heard of that before, so I'm going to say true.
True. And finally, Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
Steve McQueen won an Oscar for The Great Escape.
Well, I did hear one of the usual suspects earlier say that he does films, so that's a little help. I'm going to say true.
True. Scarlett, those answers are locked in. Remember,
Okay.
if there's one single mistake, you leave with nothing.
Yeah.
And you're really confident of?
Maybe D. I think surely other people than Americans have gone on the moon.
OK. Let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they've got to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Scarlett's answers. Scarlett, your answers are now locked in. You can't change them by yourself, but if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock them with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, as you know, come at a cost. Usual suspects, I'm now going to ask you to tell me how well you think Scarlett's done, if you want to help her, and if you do, how much it will cost. Remember, all of you, you can't refer to any of the statements specifically. Who would you like to hear from first?
I'll start with Claudine. What do you think?
I believe there could be one that you may have wrong. but I'm sorry, I'm not going to come down and help you because I'm not 100% sure. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you want to hear from anyone else?
Hi, from Jim.
Okay.
Hi, Scarlet. Yes, you did very well. There's one that I actually don't know the answer to, so I'm not going to offer to come down, Scarlet, because I might be a hindrance to you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thanks anyway. Mike?
I'm probably about 75% sure that you've got one wrong, but I would probably be tempted to come down for £1,900.
Well, you have to decide whether he's bluffing or telling the truth, whether he knows the answers or not.
I wouldn't agree to that sum anyway.
Do you want to make a counter-offer, or shall we call it a day?
I'll call it a day. I'll go it alone, thanks.
You're going to go it alone. OK, Scarlett, none of the usual suspects are willing to help, and you've decided anyway that you're going to go on your own. £2,000 at stake, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. Carmen Miranda was an Italian opera singer. You decided it was false.
Yeah.
As a result, you need this to go red.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried now.
So, is it true or false?
Oh.
It's false.
Okay.
Good start. She was actually born in Portugal.
All right.
Let's see if we can make it 2 out of 2. There are over 100,000 charities in the UK. You said true, so we need this to turn green. Is it true or false? It is true. Well done.
Yeah.
Mark Webber is an Australian Formula One driver. Now, you said Formula One enthusiasts will be thinking this is a really easy question.
Yeah.
So you had to take a bit of a guess on that one, didn't you?
Yep.
And you guessed true. Is it true or false? It's true. Absolutely perfect so far. So, we move on to the next one. D. Only Americans have walked on the moon. Now, you were fairly convinced that somebody else must have walked on the moon. So you said false. If it is false, you only need 2 more to take home the £2,000. If it's true, however, you're going home with nothing.
Yeah.
So you need this to turn red. Only Americans have walked on the moon. Is that true or false? It's true. The Russians have been up into space. In fact, there have been several nationalities up into space. But I'm afraid it is only the Americans who've walked on the moon. So, you failed to achieve perfection. But have you achieved perfection at home? We can still find out. Let's have a look at the answers. A sorority is an organisation composed of women. Is it true or false? It is true. You're absolutely right. Last one then. Steve McQueen won an Oscar for The Great Escape. You literally had no idea who that was, did you? Luckily, Mike gave the game away by telling you he was an actor. So you went for true on the information that you managed to glean very cleverly from Mike. So, is it true or false?
Oh.
It's false, I'm afraid. He was an actor, but he never won an Oscar. How did you do at home? 6 out of 6? I hope so. Usual suspects, that's good news for you. The prize fund rolls over to the next game where one of you could be playing for a total of £3,000. Scarlet, I'm afraid you failed to achieve perfection, which means you go home with nothing. But you've had fun?
Yeah, really good time.
You've been a great contestant. Let's hear it one more time for Scarlet. Thank you for playing. Well, that's all we have time for. Please join us next time when our usual suspects have the chance to play again, this time for £3,000. But remember, on this show, we only pay for perfection. Goodbye.
A quarter-final clash for York and Peterhouse Cambridge tonight. University Challenge is at 8. And the competition's fierce. Next on BBC Two, the start of the week on the Antiques Road Trip.